Do not let emotions control you, Part 2. Welcome back. In the previous video, we talked about emotions and self-control. Now we continue with the most powerful emotion of all, fear. People are afraid to make decisions, afraid to face problems, afraid to step forward in faith, afraid of the past, and afraid of the future. Fear is not from God. God has given us power, and His power is greater than any other power in the universe. The past is a place where we all learned life lessons, big and small, but all of it made us the person we are today. And that is why you should not be ashamed of your past or the scars you carry. You survived everything, you can do everything, and you can have the future you want, the one you create. Everything is up to you. You must understand that this fear is only within you, in your thoughts, and that it does not exist around you. We are our own obstacle and blockage.
We stop ourselves.
And we should not. We need to move forward in faith and take that step in life. And when you add yourself, faith, and will to it, you can move mountains, not just yourself. And in the Bible it is written 365 times, do not be afraid, for every day in the year. So we should be less afraid and believe more in ourselves and in God, and move forward in faith and do what is best for us. Because in the end, people regret what they did not do when they had the chance, and that they did not turn their back on fear. If you talk to older people, each one will tell you the same. Because of irrational fear, they stayed where they were, and in the end they stayed there until the end of their lives. And if they had moved, dared to do something different when they had the opportunity or created the opportunity, they could have done wonders or changed their life and lived the life they truly wanted. On one side you have will and desire, and on the other fear. And if you do not do something immediately and do not make a decision immediately, fear begins its work. It starts inserting thoughts, and that is it. You give up before you even start. That is why, when you want something, do it immediately without too much weighing, thinking, or calculating, because when that starts, fear starts as well, and that is it. You will give up. And that is how it is. How do you overcome emotions, especially fear? By praying, by turning that negative emotion into a positive one. Because the more you focus on fear, the more you'll be afraid. Prayer calms the mind, calms us, the body becomes calm, and simply negative and positive cannot exist in the body at the same time. The point is to calm the mind, to calm the thoughts, to focus on something positive and to shift the thoughts away. And it is excellent when this is repeated several times in a row. You can feel how the tension in the body decreases and how you relax. And it is the same with all other negative emotions. You must calm yourself and start thinking about yourself, about the damage you are doing to yourself with that storm that is passing through you, because in the end, only you feel the pain, and only you feel bad. We must learn to enjoy positive emotions and learn to resist negative ones as soon as they begin to form, because one pulls another, and in a moment we are in a place where we do not want to be, and we bombard ourselves. It is difficult at the beginning to start changing yourself and to discover, to become aware that all of this is done by our emotions and that only we experience it, and that the storm is only within us, and that only we have the will to get rid of negative emotions and start feeling positive, good, satisfied, fulfilled. Because negative emotions put down such deep roots that we are not even aware that they are eating us, feeding on us, and that we are harming ourselves. Great harm. We cry, we cannot sleep, we are nervous, we relive again everything bad that the narcissist did to us, and so in a circle. A vicious circle of negativity. It is time to get out of it. You cannot feel positive and negative at the same time, which means that one set of emotions must be dominant. The ones we give attention to, the ones we think about, the ones we feel. Those lead us and shape our lives. Also, you can study holy and spiritual books and look for answers in them. Because we are spiritual beings, and the narcissist has, in a way, torn out our soul and played with it. That is why it takes time for the soul to heal, and the old writings and wisdom in those books give answers to many questions. We must come to the point where we live above those negative emotions, and they no longer affect us. Then you will know that you have healed yourself and your soul. It is a great inner battle with ourselves, but it is worth it because in the end we gain ourselves, we get to know ourselves, and we create a new self. That is why you should start believing in yourself that you can, because you can do everything. Even if it is difficult, start reading, start praying, just stop and calm your mind. Calm yourself. Turn your thoughts away from what is rising and creating nervousness in you. In fact, when we are at the bottom and everything is collapsing around us, only faith can save us, and that is when we have the least faith. Then we are angry, bitter, negative, we suffer, we go through such bad emotions that we cannot even describe them, and we never believed they even existed. However, we are strong and powerful, and we can do everything. Strength is within us, in faith for a better tomorrow, and in the belief that things will be good. Mountains move, the limits of life move. Only we must remain persistent in that battle and never give up on ourselves. And a lot lies in self-control, because we could all be like the narcissist and we could all be bad because he projected so much negativity onto us. It is self-control and awareness that separate us from becoming like him, and faith in God. Because you know that you have thought about revenge and everything else, and that many cannot forgive him and wish him harm. However, it is exactly the fact that you are good and that you are on the side of good that makes the difference. Everyone can be bad, but not everyone can be good. And self-control, common sense, and faith in yourself and in God make you who you are. Love yourself and remember that you deserve the best, and everything begins with you, because everything is within you. Strength, will, desire, emotions, everything needed to make your life a place you want and to enjoy it. There has been enough pain and suffering and negativity. It is time for good and positivity. I wish you all the best.